What up? What up? How we doing? Looks like we got 8 so far. A little bit better than last week, but still kind of lower numbers. It sounds like there's a lot of people busy on Wednesdays now. What's good, troll? Today we are playing something that is kind of close to my heart. I've been like a connoisseur of bug mid-range for a long time. And somebody was working on like a Cosmogoyf list, but it was like a little bit all in. I'm not even going to justify that comment, Devin. But I wanted to make his list more fair, and I think you can get like a decent bit of cards in Exile, just like passively. So we're just kind of like, honestly, we're just kind of like a blue-black deck. And we're just kind of splashing green for Cosmogoyf. My favorite thing about this, though, for anyone who hasn't seen, 2 Psychic Frogs. We're on 2 Frog tonight. Nah, I don't want to do the Serum Powder. Serum Powder playset's like $3. It's like a ton of budget. It's like you could play Serum Powder, or you could play a, like, for Serum Powder, you could play a Psychic Frog. So, outside of like we have the Cosmogoyf, the only other real cute thing that we're kind of doing, the original list was playing 2 Demonic Bargain. I think this card's pretty sweet. It's just kind of like, find whatever you need. You can find a Cosmogoyf, you can find a Frog. But we're also just like passively putting things in the graveyard and an Exile that like Sailor's Bane should be pretty cheap. So my biggest concern is that we just like don't have enough fodder to put in the yard early, and we draw like a lot of our expensive pieces. We have some cool sideboard stuff though. Like removal's not super great against us in general. Like Swords is pretty decent, but that's probably about it. Just because like Sailor's Bane's huge, Cosmogoyf will be pretty big, and then Frog can end up growing pretty easily. But I think Grist is pretty good at the board, out of the board, especially to try to like go wide. But I'm kind of excited. I played Shardless Bug in the format like a while ago. And like those games were grindy, but they were also just kind of like, I don't know, your deck had to be like too cute just to like be able to do Shardless things. Oh, also, if you haven't seen, we have emotes now. There's 4 emotes if you are a subscriber. 2 of them are my dog, Nami. One of them is me with a bald filter. And my personal favorite is Dev Smile. Maybe I'll just like put them all. They'll try to sell it, Devin. They'll try to make it a thing that. Look, I have 2 bald emotes. One of them's you, one of them's me. And then we have Nami Punt and Nami Sleep. Speaking of Nami Sleep, she walked earlier and she's being like still super active. So I'll probably have to play fetch for most of the stream as long as she's up here. What's the main way to exile cards? We have a few. So we have Cling the Dust, which the escape's like 4 mana, so it's not cheap, but it is available. We have Psychic Frog, so Psychic Frog can exile 3. Demonic Bargain does 13. And then all 4 of the Delve cards here. So ideally, we're just kind of like a mid-range deck until we like play one of the exile cards, and then our Cosmogoyfs will be like Goyf Saz. I don't look like a great value Rain. How dare you say that to me? Oh. What in the world? What in the world? Alright, so we still just at 8. Yep, just at 8. I think we're only going to get 8 tonight, which is cool, because it's still just like an 8-man with fires. But so we have 3 minutes left, and then we'll start the event. We go like inactive for a second. Whenever that happens. Oh. I'm a little worried about graveyard decks. Because like I just have like the ley lines and like the scavenging uses in the main. Or in the board. But we have like some other good stuff like against certain decks, like against Hogak. We have like Fatal Pushes. We have the Crime Punishment. Sleeping on my side of the bed. Actually, something real cool is I have a Furdock core mid-range deck that I almost played tonight. So it's just like innately playing demons, but it's just like black green mid-range. And I have Crime Punishment in the board for that. And I realized I'm like, oh, you can like I can like play the crime side because Furdock taps for white. So we can like steal a Hogak or something. Even though Hogak's never dying. Oh, I forgot to drop it in content. I mean, Viper dropped, so what in the world? We have people dropping all of a sudden. Well, I think we're just gonna get started. It looks like we had 2 people drop just because the storm's coming through where they're at. So let me just make sure I can ping these people. Who's the other one? Wait, 1, 2. We're actually just gonna check because we're down to 6 now, which kind of sucks, but we will we'll still run it like normal. Just gotta figure out if I gotta do player meeting or if we can just fire it off. Oh my god, dude. Okay. So okay, so we did get 7. Somebody quit and rejoined, and we have the bye. I'm gonna see if somebody just like in the normal queue is free, and if not, we'll just watch matches. Excuse me. Okay. Do we want to check out both? We haven't really seen either of these players, but we do have Devin and Corbin. Let's check out Devin because I think Devin's playing. I think Devin's playing Rhinos. I know he's playing my Stompy list. Okay, so we'll peep that. Let's check out the other. Let's check out what Corbin's got going on. So we got Affinity versus Burn. I think I'd rather watch whatever that energy thing going on with Devin is. Because we got like energy versus my mono white Stompy list. Ooh. So we got Jagant the Companion, attune with Aether. Ride me like a surfboard. We be all night. Got Aether Hub exiled. So we're just seeing like red-green energy. Haven't really seen anything different happening here. He's doing good cleaning up a lot of Devon's stuff. Notably, Devon only has 2 lands here. Sorry, he probably has 3 drops stuck in his hand that he doesn't want to ruin as a Trokar. Just because then he's not going to have anything. Oh, that's pretty good. It's tough too because like Devon probably has like Elite Spellbinder and like Anointed Peacekeeper in hand, which are really good at keeping mints off the board for a while. He probably just can't cast them. We got a Soul Ring. So we're going to start casting them. There's the Spellbinder. I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm just going to pull up Corbin so that way we can click back and forth between them. It kind of sucks too because like whatever Devon does here, it's like he's like taxing what they're doing, but he's like Southern is like kind of flooding out. I feel like I know Southern Magic. I feel like he was at Eternal Weekend. I think he was playing Red Green Energy at the time too. Yeah, so here this might clean up a creature. Yeah, so we're gonna clean up a creature, draw 4. Assuming he has a blocker removal. Okay, we have Bloodbraid. So Bloodbraid and a Questing Druid. Pretty good spot to be in. I think the only thing that lets... Oh, I'm surprised at that. My thought was the only thing that lets Devon win here is removal for the Questing Druid into the Lightstall attacking the Mince and Boo. I'm like kind of in the way. There you go. That's much better. What if I should just keep myself here? Am I centered? Yeah, I'm centered. Centered with the gameplay screen at least. And this is what's tough. It's like, this isn't bad. It's just the Mince is gonna make another hamster. He can make him a 4/4. Then he's like a pretty big blocker. All right, we're gonna bolt the Archon. Yeah. Getting the draw for and killing his guy is like a pretty tough spot to be in. So Devon's gonna go to 12 here. It won't be lethal next turn right now. Okay, nah, he's just gonna concede there. All right, in the meantime, while they're doing this, let's see if we can check out Corbin's game. I don't know why this isn't showing me game logs. I think that was still game 1 for them. I guess we have Viper's game too. We can check out Viper. See what everybody's doing. So, what is this? What is Party Thrasher? I've never seen this art for it. Okay, cool. So we got a Party Thrasher deck against High Tide. Shiz is whispering. Actually, it's kind of cool. High Tide's actually going to do the loop here. So they're looping Bond Insight with Expansion Explosion and an untapper. Right, we're gonna stay tuned on this until not cool what? That he's going off, that he's going infinite. Alright, Devin's in his match again, so let's check it out. This should be a bad matchup for Devin. It's just like he's got to get like disruption in the play. So we got an Aether Hub exiled with the Light Stall. Valley. So we might see a removal spell here. Yeah. If Devin, the problem is like also too thinking about the mono white list. It's like so much of that deck is just boltable. I think literally everything's boltable actually. Another Thalia? White Orchid Phantom, okay. Cool. Let's check out Corbin real quick. Oh, damn. Corbin smashed the Smithereens and Ornithopter. Which is probably pretty good considering that like he's just played like these lands. This is a Vault Scourge. A Vault Scourge is kind of annoying. Hopefully he has like Searing Blaze. Or maybe like another Smash. Maybe he finna Smash. You feel like it's not too late. Okay, just have normal Bolt. That's fine. Corbin's got 3 cards in hand. Builds an Ornithopter. Nami, I don't know where your ball is. Where's your ball? Oh, it's right here. My bad. Corbin's got him down to 9. Corbin is going to want to try to, like, if possible, remove some of these creatures. Like, depending on his hand, this frog, like, this enforcer isn't that bad. Man, 2 mana up didn't do anything. I got a feeling Corbin is flooding out. Because he could have skewered the prior turn if he had, like, skewers. He hasn't been suspending Rift Bolts. What could his starting hand have been if it was, like, these 3 things and, like, 4 lands? There's no way you keep that. I'm thinking you just attack, because if he trades, it's not the end of the world. You know that he has Thought Monitor in hand still. It's not to let ooh, another Volt Scourge. That's tough. Corbin's got 3 cards in hand. I still like I have no idea what they could be. Unless you just like ripped lands in a row. Because he had a Searing Blaze, you should have Searing Blaze the guy and just attacked in. Let's put back the Devons, just because there's not a whole lot happening here. Ooh, what happened here? Devon's at 9? These Fiery Confluences are kind of heat. I'm guessing that Devon's board got Fiery Conflux once and then took 4, but I don't know how much damage he's taken from like other things here. This one probably would have been interesting to stay into. Devon's got him on a 2-turn clock, though. The man, is that all 4? Oh no, that was only 3. Guy has 3 Fiery Conflicts in his top 20. Pretty crazy. That's a Raging Ravine. That's not good. Now Devin is on a 2-turn clock. All right, I do like to lay down arms there because it's not going to hit the Raging Ravine. Devin is still on a 2-turn clock, though, because he can animate Ravine. Still on a 2-turn clock. Excuse me. And what are we hitting off the Amp Raptor? Oh my god, imagine it's Fiery Confluence. Oh, it's soaring. Right, so we're going to see Raging Ravine attack. Devin's going to go to 5. And then he needs an answer for the Ravine this turn. Or at least a blocker. It was a land. All right, so Devin's going to lose this one. Man, dude saw a lot of cards. It doesn't really matter how he blocks, unfortunately. Wait, doesn't have trample? Oh my god, Raging Ravine doesn't have trample? That's crazy. I could have sworn that card had trample. Alright, Southern's going to win that match. So Corbin is up a game. Or sorry, let me phrase that. Corbin won that game, so now this is game 3. And ooh, I like that. Affinity Mull to 5. Yeah, no, really no point in attacking there. Oh my god, Giant Craft Helm. I kind of hate that the Spider-Man cards, like, some of them are cool. This is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They were like, what's a good comparison to Doc Ock's tentacles? How about a giant hat? With like some of the worst art you've ever seen. Alright, Corbin's got 6 cards to his affinity opponent's 1. And they have a Vault Scourge. This is Corbin's game to lose. This has to be on the Vault Scourge, right? Oh my god, what? Something's wrong with that boy. Isn't this like equip 5? Oh my god, dude. I have a feeling that's it. Where is it? Oh my god, and he has cranial plating. Corbin! Oh my god. You know, Corbin's a young Magic player. This is important for him. This is important for him to learn that as a burn player, you have to kill the Vault Scourge when it happens. The worst part is if he just holds on to that Smash the Smithereens instead of like casting it right there, like he's fine. The other thing too is like if your opponent has equipment and they have no creatures, the equipment doesn't do anything. So he could have went Smash. So he could have went Attack. He blocks with Ornithopter and like smash your Vault Scourge. All right, we bolted. We have bolted the Vault Scourge. Hope they never see your faces again. It's not like the end of the world, but like it sucks that he gained that 6 life. Because he could potentially be at 8 right now. 8 right now with no creatures. He would have a cranial plating and a giant cap in play. Man, has exactly enough for this thought monitor. My money was on Corbin prior to the Vault Scourge issue. Corbin still got 4 cards in hand. So if like 3 of the cards in his hand were like Bolt, his opponent would be dead pre Vault Scourge attack because he would be at 8. The fact that he's at 14, it's like he has to do so much more work now. His opponent hits a thought monitor with like enough cards in hand. No matter what, though, he would still be thought monitoring, even if he did the play where he killed both the creatures, because he'd still have cranial plating and giant cap. Like I said, though, it's tough because Corbin could literally just have like a bunch of burn in hand. He's only been playing 2 lands, so he has like he clearly has action in his hand. He probably has like 1 Fire Blast. So what he can do here, if he has a Fire Blast, is he attacks in. His opponent is probably going to block. Or I would block if I was his opponent. Because I know I'm dead to Fire Blast. You have to block with the Ornithopter at least. Yeah. Yeah, you don't block with Ornithopter before damage. Fire Blast you. Prowess goes up to 4. And you take 8. So smart play there. Corbin is not dead on board yet to this cranial plating. Although it is going to be soon. And once again, like, if Corbin's hand is literally like Bolt, Bolt, Fire Blast because he didn't play land, it's still lethal. Like, he doesn't even need to attack. Not playing the cards in hand is interesting. Right, so Corbin needs to have action because now it's just lethal. Just lethal attackers. Could have Metallic Rebuke, which would be insane. Could be like pay a blue, tap tap. Found the lands. So we have another bolt. It doesn't do it. So we obviously know like he probably doesn't attack. But yeah, like imagine right now, like he's at +6 life because of the Vault Scourge. So that would be 5 damage. Or I'm sorry, it would be he's at 5, so he'd be dead. Oh my god, he had the Fire Blast. Wow, okay, Corbin actually won. I'm sorry, Corbin. It was wrong for me to disrespect like that. What an absolute monster. Alright, so we are... Who's this person playing? Oh, we're against High Tide. I don't know what our... I don't know if I like our High Tide matchup. Man, we could have won the die roll if that wrong guy didn't join. We'll keep this. I think this is fine. We're in a little bit of an odd spot because we don't have interaction. Bitter Triumph is dead. I'm a little nervous about this Demonic Bargain because we might just die with it on the stack. We have these pain lands, though. It shouldn't really matter. Found a cruise. Merchant Scroll is finding probably High Tide. We're gonna get shields down, but we gotta like do something here. What all do we exile? What all do we reveal? Nothing like too crazy. We're gonna like pseudo force our opponent to like go for it here though, because now that we've shown them the loose focus. Because High Tide, we are gonna F6 though. Yep. We are F6'd. The only reason I think that they would be doing that copy there is because they have Mind's Desire in hand. Because that seems like you don't have a lot of cards in hand. It's like an aggressive Frantic Search. So Spell Snares and Remands. We need to hope that they just like start ripping basics. Because they haven't discarded any to the... I guess they discarded one. Ah, man, we could have shot the Cloud of Fairies. I was about to say, we got last card in hand. What is it? Dig through time? Oh, Equation. What did they even pick up? So they have Expansion still. They have Expansion, Merchant Scroll. Pretty good chance we die. They have to fizzle super hard here. Alright, let's see what they get with Cunning Wish. And we'll probably concede there. Alright, Brain Freeze, we're good. I don't mind skews. So board out 5 removal spells, board in like 5 mid cards. I think we should have a decent matchup just because like we do have a lot of mid-range pieces. We have a lot of interactive pieces. High Tide seems super reliant on the graveyard now. Like, I know not every game, man, that's like perfectly fitting, like, core punt counter up top here. With Equation and Bond being like the two main things, I think Grave Hate's actually just like pretty decent. What do y'all think? I do like that we didn't show him Cosmogoyf. How's the deck doing tonight? We had the round one bye. Um, our hand wasn't that bad that game. We just like we didn't really have any interaction. So like we got the demonic bargain for like a lose focus. We had two Cosmogoyfs in hand with a lose focus, but it was basically like, okay, I'm showing you that I have a lose focus, so like do something, and they're able to combo out. We only got 7 tonight, and then like Viper quit round one. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, like I feel like now against High Tide, like if you can interact on the stack or like discard, um, and you just have like Grave Hate, like the game's not over, but it makes it a lot harder for them. Like I said, we'll try the 2 ley line, the skews if we don't have them. We also just have this Cling to Dust too. And then the Spell Pierces. Yeah, we just like didn't even show him a threat, which is good. You know what? I would like to go first. I would like to mulligan this. This is like the same goddamn hand. We'll try it though. We are gonna go for both of these Ash Barons. We want to get to a part where we can just like maybe cast a Stick Through Time, because like our hand doesn't do a whole lot else. But also lets us like set up this Cosmogoyf. That's fine. That's fine as I look at my hand that does nothing. Fighting a lot of lands. Bargain's kind of awkward here. I feel like we're drawing all of our awkward cards like at the wrong time. I don't want to play a Cosmogoyf here just because I don't want to go like Cosmogoyf, he remands it, and then it like we only show like nothing. Or if he like goes for it, I can at least try to like dig through time for a lose focus. Ugh. do think I want to dig through time here, though. Our Loose Focus Inquisition's pretty sweet. We're gonna let him have that, though. Dude, look how big my goifs are. I think this is fun, right? I wouldn't really care. I do kind of wish we had another green source now, though, because we could, like, go double Cosmogoyf. Actually, I don't think we need to. I think we're just, like, setting up for a kill, right? We go, like, Cosmogoyf and leave up Loose Focus, like, Or actually, wait. Oh my god, dude. We're trying, like, way too many of these. Alright, let's start here. He probably has Remands. He probably doesn't have a lot of lands, though, because I think that was an impulse for lands. Maybe we want to counter this. I think it's fine. Because now we can... I think we do need to play this Cosmogoyf, though. Like, we need to force him to go for it. Because, like, a single Loose Focus isn't going to do anything. Brother is currently searching our hand, library, graveyard, deck box, our shoes, our back pockets, our sleeves, our inner ear, in between our toes. Oh, okay. We do have the potential to die here, but, like, I'm also going to present, like, just lethal now, especially because he knows. I guess technically gets one card off. He knows we have Loose Focus, though, which is cool. I think since it is one off, I don't think we go for the demonic bargain. I do feel like this happens anytime I try to play like an interesting deck like this. You just like draw like multiple of like your card that's like kind of clunky. Like we have 4 Cosmogoyf and like 2 Demonic Bargain. And we hit like, what is that? That's 4 of the 6 cards in the top like 18. Brother is trying to figure out his combo line, I'm sure. Just gonna pop over and see if anybody else is still playing real quick. So we're letting him do this. Our Loose Focus that now can replicate for a bunch. Like this can counter a spell for 6. They have to pay 6. We're gonna like wait our time a little bit. Suck me down, it's time to rock and roll. Ben's a treasure cruise and a cunning wish. I feel like we let this happen. Because it's not getting untappers. Let's disrupt. Okay. I do have to keep this open because like it doesn't target, so like I don't really get to know unless I have the game log open. So returns Frantic Search and High Tide. So we'll let High Tide resolve because like I said, it does let our like so is this what we want to fight over? So we can do it for so we have 6 mana. So we can replicate 4. Bro, if the stream dies, it just started pouring rain outside. Another Frantic Search. Yeah. So we're gonna F6 here. I don't think we can let him untap with all that mana though. Like he ends up with 15 mana in play. And like he knows we have to lose focus, but like he does have a little bit of work to do here. I'm sure the dig just like is enough, but yep, turnabout. what was our Exile? Right, he's got it. Devin's like almost stabilizing, which is like insane here. So like you definitely block the top monitor and like the Vault Scourge. Toughest part about this deck is like um you don't have like there's really not artifact or enchantment removal, it's just like exile based removal. I mean, he is holding it down in the air. These Knight of the White Orchids are just straight up sinkholing and holding the fort. Get your ball. Good girl. Come here. Insane. Insane. It's like a super awkward stalemate here. This gets pretty interesting. You have a frog. I'm trying to think who breaks this stalemate. To keep moving myself. Thalia doesn't do much. That's a little bit tricky. Biggest thing now? A 9/9 or an 8/8? Archon's not awful. I don't even know where to put myself. It's down here. Aw, dude, boring. That's tough. Opponent draws the Ginger Brute, equips with Cranial Plating, gives it unblockable. Oh, man. That was like super interesting for a little bit there. Yeah, that's tough. All right, last round coming up here. Turn 15 saw no land, all 3 drops. Yeah. Oh boy, Devin, it's me and you, buddy. I can't wait for you to exile all my stuff, and my Cosmic Ghosts end up becoming like 3/4s, and I didn't do any work. Right, I'm shutting off the Corbin punt counter for now. This hand is fine. It might be too slow. We actually kind of need an untapped land. All right, nothing turn 1 is good. This is the one thing I don't like about the current mana base is that I feel like it's pretty soft to like being able to like Inquisition a Kozilek on 1. It's got a lot of mana next turn, but we're gonna leave up this loose focus. Okay, we're gonna lose focus this. Ideally, we hit a land. An untapped land, that is. Equally drowning, but your heads are still above the wave. Okay, we do hit a land. So now let's go for Inquisition here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this Luminarch. So he has Swords and Peacekeeper in hand, right? So with his current mana base, he has to draw untapped land to be able to pay the loose focus. And then he would have to also sack the Runes of Trokir to play around it. Whereas if he just goes 2 and then 1 here, then it doesn't, like, nothing really happens there. Like, he's not casting anything, which is good for us. So we're going to Thought Scour. So we drew another Inquisition, so we're just going to cast it. I think we care more about the Peacekeeper. Alright, so we're going to do this here, because this makes it so that he has to sacrifice his land to get this creature in play. Alright, so he's going to do that. So now we know he has the swords, and that's it. So it's tough. That's it. Okay, so he takes Bane. So Bane now is 11. So right now it's 5 mana. I don't think we want to find a Cosmogoy for this bargain. Um I think we actually want to find like a removal spell. Like a Bitter Triumph. Because it's gonna make our Sailor's Bane cheaper. Anyway, so it'll just be blue. I think we're just finding Bitter Triumph. So we lost a Cosmogoyf, 2 Sailor's Bane, that's important, and a Psychic Frog. So we actually lost a good bit of pressure. This Thought Scour we can dump um, to the Bitter Triumph. We don't want to pay the 3 life because it's just like too much at this point. We're going to be going to 9. We're going to exile this Consider because we will be able to cast it later. I'm going to main phase this Consider to see if I can hit a land. Whoa. Whoa. So we will discard a card, kill this. Hey, discard. The swords will not be able to target our guy just because he doesn't have the ward 4 cost to pay. I think we're gonna stabilize here. That's pretty juicy. I think we're actually doing that first. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is a little risky because we're like going pretty low, but I feel like we're gonna be able to stabilize here. Because he's not gonna be able to attack. He doesn't have the mana to pay for the ward costs. Bring me that ball. So there is Luminarch, so Luminarch could make it so we go to 1. I mean, it's pretty good. We're not going to cast this Inquisition just because... Actually, you know, we can attack here. Because we have the Bitter Triumph. How does it feel to be like you? a ticking session. Once the game figures out what's going on. Alright, stop board. Alright, so this is just a straight up aggro deck. So we want these fatal pushes. We'll bring in these scavenging oozes. I don't know if I want Grist here. We don't really have the fodder. I feel like he's too... This is more of a grindy card. I don't want it. Do I want Punishment? Punishment is more often not a 5-mana sweeper. Maybe 1. Yeah, I don't hate this. We'll try this. His best line is like, pressure us early. Because our deck's like a little dirtly. This hand's just really good though. Holy shit. Playable hand, chat? Playable hand? Can we get some Dev smiles in the chat? Dude, what the fuck? What is your problem, Devin? We're playing a humble tempo deck with Thought Scour. Devin is out here going turn 1 Soul Ring. Bring me that ball. Devin has a ton of mana. We are going to Thought Scour ourselves here just so it doesn't get locked in our hand. That's fine. Rain on you. He might even hit these, honestly. It's probably better to just like name Bitter Triumph or like Murderous Cut. You could try to be like cute. The thing is, like, if he names one of these, we just go like lay in Bitter Triumph your guy and like it unlocks our fetches. Their timelines in holes, they drag you back to the floor. Alright, so your name's Bitter Triumph, which, like, is fine. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so we're going to play Swamp and then just pass. The one thing I don't like is we have nothing going on in terms of, like, we have no card advantage, we have no threat. Bro has 8,000 mana, though. Bro has access to 5 mana. Nevermore. Nevermore is a spicy one. I'm curious on what he's naming here. He knows our hand. Other than this swamp. The swamp is unknown information. Oh, are we singing? So we named Sailor's Bane. Not a bad name. We'll exile this swamp. So he's down to 2 cards in hand. We have 2 removal spells and a sweeper. But in the land of the free, We are drawing all of the landscapes. Gone too far. So, we're hopeless, sleepless, full and blind. We do almost have enough mana to just like be able to do this for 3 also. I actually don't know about bringing in Nevermore here. I get it in practice where like this is shutting out like some of my threads. But like there could be a point eventually we just like kill with like a creeping tar pit. We do need to. It's interesting. Palace Jailer? Another Nevermore. We're all to blame. Oh. Yeah, so he's just naming all our threats. You can't name a creeping tar pit though, bud. Alright, we're gonna pop this. Said I'd lie and wait forever. This is kind of awkward, but we do have to Bitter Triumph that. Because it's going to make this landscape come in tapped. Actually, I might just pay 3 life because we're about to clean up this board pretty rough. She dies. Oh my god, I thought it was or less. This card is way worse. Alright, we're cool. We'll be alright. That was still... Yeah. That was still definitely the correct play, though, just because we need to, we needed to clear out those Nevermores to play these cards in hand. about to say, it's probably the Sailor's Bane there. Because, yep. Man, it was even worse that we killed the Archon then. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know, it's weird. I actually think one of these can't find a basic. I think we're only on... I think we're only on 5 basics. So we're gonna do this now just in case we rip a removal spell off this Consider. Maybe we find a Fatal Push or a Bitter Triumph. Ooh, not Frog. I don't think Frog does it. We do have to find a removal spell. Because we have to kill the Spellbinder. So we're gonna do this on main phase. Alright, that's alright. Alright, I don't think... I mean, but he has a lot of 3s. I think it's still fine. I think our hand was just a little slow. Or actually, no, I don't even agree with that. Our hand wasn't even that slow. He just had, like, fast mana out the wazoo early on. You know what? I would like to play first. Thank you. I don't hate this. It's turn 2 Psychic Frog. I don't think we care about this Thought Scar. So if he has the swords, he's definitely gonna swords this. Which isn't even that bad because it then our Cosmic Grip becomes a 2/3. There's something wrong with me. There's a hole in my heart. I kind of want to play this landscape because I don't want to like take so much damage. It feels a lot more fair whenever he's not on the play with so much fast mana. We definitely want to find a blue source in Island with this. We might even just crack this Waterlog Grove for a card. That's fine. Leonard doesn't feel that good against us. Sure. Bitter Triumph is good there. What's up, Slukatho? Um, Sluka new to MTG. Well, welcome, man. We're in game 3 against my buddy Devin, who's playing my mono white list. I'm actually gonna move this down even more. Alright, this is a little painful, but we are gonna pay 3 life for this. Yeah, Rakdos is like the Ravnica guild. It's like every combination of colors has like some sort of like name tag on it. That's not bad. We probably should have hit the lose focus because now I can't do this for 1 because I didn't hit a land. White blue is Azorius. I think we are gonna raise. Our gore's pretty huge. The leyline buff. I don't know that I saw the leyline buff. You know what? I didn't see what the buff was, but I did see. I saw like the Facebook graphic that like has the junk on it. I feel pretty safe right now. I mean, this loose focus, we're probably dumping on this frog. We have this Thought Scour. I mean, if he doesn't have a way to Peacekeeper. So our loose focus is probably getting pinned down anyway. Because, like, we're not going to be able to cast it. We can at least grow the frog. This game's getting kind of interesting. Fatal Push. Palace Jailer. Damn, this thing's got Vigilance, too. Okay, this is complicated. So we might lose to this Monarch. Sure. Yep. Okay, so this is... I feel like this is wrong. I'm actually texting Devin right now. I feel like what it's telling me to do is wrong. Because it wants me to pay for X. And I am. I know, we're just going to run with it. I don't know why that worked like that, but I feel like it was wrong. So we do get our frog back. We can discard a card to make it a 2/3. Yep. Bane's a pretty decent hit. I probably should have waited to play that. I wasn't even thinking about the Archon. That's a misplay. This shouldn't be lethal, but it should be pretty darn close. We don't need to grow our frog. All right. GG's, Devin. And that was the last one. I feel like your draws were pretty decent. Like, I don't think they were busted, but like, I don't think they were bad. Devin, report so I could end the event. Um, I think that my draws were pretty good, even in the game I lost. I just, um, your fast mana start was just like really, really good. All right, let's look at a couple decks. This guy didn't play, but his deck list looks interesting. Okay, we're just gonna look at these three. All right, this player did not play, but they were playing mono black aggro. Ooh, Tragedy Feaster's kind of spicy. I wish we could play Rotting Regisar and Dark Ritual. These guys got three, which is good, but I probably wouldn't play this Edict. Probably something better. Bad Moon. Okay, this guy's doing some cool stuff. I'd probably want to play like Lacerator here somewhere too. Cool deck though. This is Viper. He quit. So it's like Pia Convoke. Wait, what is happening here? Cloud Shift. Okay, so it's like red white energy with like Pia. The Bant one? You're playing the Bant list? God, I love this land cycle. I literally like I want to jam it in so much. Calamity's Wake. Ooh, Commando. Okay, I gotta pick up these Commando foils in the old border. I think I'm actually just gonna go look at like the next order I do, because like since I won't have anything in paper for a little while, I'm just gonna go and look at like old border like things and just order like sets of foils. Yeah, it's very couldn't run it. Cool deck though. Yeah, it looks like the normal like red green. I don't know why everyone's high on Party Thrasher. I just like I don't really like this card. Am I a hater? Am I the problem? Temples. Come on, what are we doing here? I feel like I'd want to run more Raging Ravine before Temples. Dude, I love this Fiery Confluence stuff. Okay, yeah, I think we basically saw everything else. So let's talk about the deck real quick. We got a little bit of time. So the buy didn't help. It felt like High Tide we weren't doing a whole lot, but that makes sense because High Tide was on like a downswing for a while. And like we have some interaction. Like we have Inquisition, Spell Pierces, and Lose Focus. So I think the matchup's a little bit more fair. Um, but I think we just drew kind of poorly into it. Against like Stompy lists, I think we're like poised really well for like the initiative and things like that. I mean, the first initiative creature we really want to counter, but we're just kind of bigger than everything they do. Cosmic Wave is actually kind of good. Like, it was kind of clunky against High Tide, but that's because like we weren't really doing anything. But we easily had Cosmic Goyf at like a 4/5 every time we played it. And like you play Goyf as a 4/5 when you play it for 2 mana. So like it felt really bad when we drew 3 against Tide and had like nothing in exile. But drawing them against like mono white actually felt like pretty decent. So I'm not going to shelf this one. I kind of want to test more with it. I doubt that we'll play it next week because I have some other cool things, like I mentioned, like the Furdock mid-range deck. But like this is a deck that, especially because like we're just like we're playing 2 Psychic Frogs. Like his budget floats around, like we might be able to like play more eventually. If this card drops to like $3 range, we could probably get 3 in. But yeah, but a real short one tonight, you know. When it's 3 rounds, I feel like it goes like so fast. But yeah, I think we I'll pull it up on Mox actually. I think next week I'll give a little teaser for you couple guys that are in here for like next week. And then if you're watching on YouTube, I think this is what we're playing next week. So it's just like black green mid range. The big part of the core is Unholy Annex and Furdock core. So this is just a demon at all times, even when it's like a mana rock. So for Unholy Annex, it'll be you like end step you draw a card. If you control a demon, you drain 2. Otherwise you lose 2 life. So you can go like either one of these on 3 and then the next one on turn 4. And then you're just like on other pieces. I'm really excited to play Pillage the Bog. This card is really strong. Mark likes to say that it's Demonic Tutor. We get to play a couple trophy too. Witherbloom Charm. That's why we're playing like the Eumidian Hatcheries, because like I think this card's just good on its own for mid range. We're playing Hatcheries. The only thing I might want to do is I might want to play like a Soulstone Sanctuary. Yeah, Life's Legacy is a commander card now. But yeah, like, I think I might want to make like maybe this Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Maybe we'll do it right now. What is Soulstone? Soulstone isn't that much money. 63 cents. Okay, we're gonna cut this Eye of the Hive of the Eye Tyrant for a Soulstone Sanctuary. Main reason we're doing that is because it also like activates for like Ferdok Core. And then the sideboard's like, I didn't really know what to put in. I was kind of like going back and forth. I have the Stabilizer because like Dude might just play Cycling, and like I don't think this deck beats Cycling. Pretty hard to beat it. We got some other cool things too, though. Got this Breakout deck. It's a little over. It might not be over, actually. I'm about to update the cheapest. If you can find the budget, you can make it a Lurrus deck instead of a Giganta deck. It's just like mine just happens to work with that, but you're just like playing the biggest 2-drops in Jund with Breakouts, so you can put them in play with haste. All of these work with Collected Company to put like 2 big guys in play, and you circumvent a lot of like their casting restrictions. And then sometimes you just battle rage somebody to death. And then not done with this one, obviously. See, I'm sorting it, which I do when I'm like cooking the list. But I wanted to try to make the Eldrazi list that goes big, see if I can make it go wide with things like Rithing Chrysalis, Glaring Fleshraker, and then like some of the old Eldrazi ones like Ruination Guide, Val Aggregate. So been cooking some cool things lately for you guys. But I am going to be wrapping up the stream, though. I mean, it's a good, nice, short stream again. Couple things. One, affiliate now, so you can subscribe. I'm working on getting some like rewards for subs, just because it's kind of boring to sub with nothing. Which I have 4 emotes right now. Best one is definitely Dev Smile. I'm gonna drop it here in the chat so you guys can see it. Boom. Dev Smile. If you're watching on YouTube, tune into the stream so that way you can check it out. But yeah, working on sub rewards. I have a couple reward points too, so that way if you get watch points, you could actually request a deck list. And then I'll play it on one of these Wednesdays, and then it'll actually go up on YouTube. Probably doing that instead of the sub specials going forward. What else is there? If you are... Oh yeah, like I said, you can follow or subscribe on Twitch. If you're watching on here, this video will be on YouTube tomorrow at VVMTG on YouTube. Another exciting thing, next Monday, which I think is the 15th of June, I need to double check, we're doing our next Creator Clash. It's going to be the Ravnica block, so any card that's been printed in a Ravnica World set is legal for us to use, and it's still $30 vintage restriction. I have not made my deck yet. I know a lot of people are making some cool stuff like Wilderness Wreck and stuff like that. I feel like I just want to play like Loxodon Smiter. Like, can I do that and like not lose? Is that possible? But I don't know. But I gotta make that deck like in the next 3 days, so I'm gonna be working on that too. But that's gonna be next Monday. It's either, I think it's at 6. I'll have to verify, and we'll post about it in the Discord, obviously. But if you guys like what you're watching, follow, subscribe on Twitch. Leave a like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you next time.